Puck drop about to get underway. For the last freshman game of the night, it's Middle Country versus Kings Park Gold. If you're looking for the varsity playoffs, that's on the other side. Eastside slip up against West Islip 4-0. And at 9:40, Connect-Watsaville and Kings Park Commack varsity will be on the ice. The final varsity game of the night. I only say this because we got about 8 people in the St. Anthony's Smithtown freshman broadcast looking for the JV finals on the other side.
It was like someone trying to sneak in, so it gave me a look like.
Both teams taking the ice. For Middle Country, Kenneth Bridgeford Jr. in net. On the other side for Kings Park, Commack freshman, Gold. Trying to make out the number. We'll get that to you when we can. Face off won by Kings Park. It's Coyle moving the puck up ice. Puck gets behind the Connecticut-Sayville defense and ends up behind their net. Puck comes up the wall. Jacobson keeps it in. Ends up going back down. Middle Country resets behind their net, and now the T-Birds head up ice. Or Cougars, my apologies. Turnover. Burke heads the other way with speed. On the outside. Cuts in. Shot from the slot. Goes wide of the net. Tyler Burke in net for Kings Park Commack tonight. Last game of the freshman regular season as KPC resets. Turnover. Middle Country has the puck. Comes out towards the point. Kept in by the Cougars. For Kings Park gets it out. Middle Country resets. Middle Country enters the zone, cuts to the center. Backhand shot turned aside by Burke. Rebound saved by Burke. He's got it covered. And we got a whistle. Accidentally referred to Corey Jacobs as Corey Jacobson. My apologies for that. Face off in the defensive zone for Kings Park. And they win it. Puck comes up the wall. Lead pass. Delio enters the zone. He's got a man in front, but can't settle the puck. Gets it back behind the net. Circling. Looks for the man in the slot, can't find him. Then a shot comes. It's deflected, ends up in the corner. Shot towards the net is blocked. Kings Park Commack keeps it in. But now the Cougars head the other way. Cougars trying to move the puck up ice. They finally get it into the Kings Park zone. Carry it to the outside. Looking for the man in front, but they can't find him. Pass towards the slot. Kings Park interception. Comes out to the point. Point shot blocked. Puck still in the high slot. And now Kings Park gets the clear. Get into the zone. Collision along the wall. Puck is bouncing. Gilio tries to settle it. He gets it, but can't get a shot off. Kings Park forces the turnover. Or Middle Country forces the turnover against Kings Park. Garner heads up the ice, fires a shot. That's gobbled up by Burke. Right in the breadbasket there. Face off. In Kings Park territory, they win it back. Coyle gets it, chips it around. Puck comes up the boards. Kept in by Garner. This time it leaves the zone, but it's going all the way down. That's going to be icing. And we get a whistle at 11:47. Heads back down the other way. Patrick Burke in the dot for Middle Country. Matched up against Brown for KPC. One forward by Brown, trying to get it past Munkwitz. But Munkwitz comes away with it. Enters the zone. Goes to his backhand. Escapes pressure but loses the puck. And Brown gets it out of the zone for KPC. He's got an odd man rush if he hurries. Munkwitz racing back. Puck free in the slot. KPC can't get a shot off. Puck comes up the wall. Coyle couldn't keep it in. So KPC resets. Pass knocked down by Burke. Puck comes free after Westfield knocks it loose. Now KPC enters the zone. Pass goes around the slot. Monkwitz breaks that play up for Middle Country. Coyle can't keep it in. Monkwitz heads the other way. He's got a 3-on-1. That's the outside. Fires a pass across the slot. That goes off the skates of Jacobs. But Jacobs can't get the clear. Fires it back around his own boards. It's going to come to Coyle. He's got Argila ahead of him. Can't get it to him. Burke comes in now. Argila provides pressure. Pass into the slot. Scores! And Middle Country makes it 1-0. Face off at center. Everything coming up Middle Country so far. KPC wins the face-off. They win it back too far. It's in their own zone now. D-to-D pass comes to Jacobs. Then a pass across the slots. Intercept by Hall at the blue line. Shot turned aside by Burke. Puck in the corner. Or rather along the half wall. And then carried into the corner. KPC forces a turnover. Cross-ice pass. Crowd by KBC. But Hall forced the turnover. Puck comes up to the point. Kept in. Puck comes into the high slot. Jacobs gets it after it's deflected. Then it's collected. I believe by Coyle before that puck is lost. Then Kings Park resets. Pass comes up ice. Intended for Coco. Tries to chip it forward. It's intercepted by Miklatesh, who sends it the other way. Jacobs now skating up the wall. Puck is turned over, and now Storm gives it a try. Correction. Stitskin, thinking of the JV team, my apologies. Puck comes up the boards. Jacobs gets a shot off. That goes wide. Smith gets it. Moves it to the point. For Stitskin. Moves it across to Jacobs. Jacobs shot. Rebound is loose in front. Middle Country can't get the clear. Puck is deep. Comes up the wall. And Stitskin gets it across. Puck comes in deep. Middle Country tries to move it up the wall. Smith keeps it in. Gets tied up. Puck ends up behind the net. Middle Country heads up ice. They can't get it out of the zone, though. Jake Hutchinson failing to get the clear there. Puck ends up going back down low. And they'll reset. Miklatesh heads up ice. Can't get it past KPC at the blue line. Until now. Middle Country has a 2-on-2. Puck goes, or pass goes behind. Kings Park forces a turnover. Smith heads up ice, finds the open man on a breakaway. It's Delio. Gets the stick lifted, shot and a save. That is corralled by Middle Country. They move the puck up the boards. KPC forces a turnover. Puck comes bouncing loose in center ice. Delio has it. Then an errant pass sends the puck out of the zone. Puck ends up along the wall. Cross ice pass. KPC has a 2-on-1. Pass to Delio in the slot. Delio's rebound. Goes awry. Puck goes across the slot this time. KPC gets it to the point. Scott flips a shot. It goes over the net behind. DeAngel's on it. For Middle Country. Puck is loose. But the Cougars come away with it. Look to move up the wall. Cross ice pass then to Hayes, who carries it in. Fires a slapper on net. Rebound. Comes free in the slot. Kings Park gets it out of the zone. Monkwitz pokes it free, but Kings Park gets it back. They check up. It's fired in. And now Middle Country heads up ice. The Angels loses it. Monkwitz gets it. Official went flying, as did Monkwitz, who got tripped up on that play. Middle Country gets it back in. They're forced to check up as Kings Park heads up ice. Delio cuts across. Uses Brown as a pick. Enters the zone. Fires a shot. That's turned aside. Carried behind the net. Pass the slot. Shot. Scores! Kings Park enters right back with the equalizer. It's 1-1. It's carried around the net beautifully. Then just watch this pass to the slot. You can't script it better than that. Perfect 5-hole shot for Michael Meal. And now a face-off at center ice. It's won by Kings Park. They reset in their own zone, flipping the puck up the ice. Carried in by Arguila. Tried to make a pass to Brown. Puck ends up with Middle Country. Burke enters the zone, cuts to the outside, looking for the man in the slot, but gets knocked off the puck. Coyle pokes it free. And it comes up the boards. Miklatesh came up to play it, but couldn't keep it in the zone. Puck's going to come all the way out for Runkowitz. Gets it back to Miklatesh. Puck takes a bounce along the wall. Finds its way on the other side of the ice with Munkwitz, who enters the zone. Cuts to the inside, has a poke check. Take the puck off a stick. Kings Park heads up the other way on the odd man rush. Pass was too far ahead. And this puck stays behind the line. Munkwitz on the back check, gets back, collects it. Heads up ice, leading scorer for this Middle Country freshman team. Carries it across the blue line. He's got the 3-on-2. Finds the open man on the other side. Pass gets caught in the skates. Shot from Burke goes off the back of the net. He collects. Carries it into the corner. Knocked off the puck. Munkwitz on the forecheck still. He comes away with it. On his backhand. Makes an escape turn in the corner. Cuts back again. Fires a pass across the slot. But it goes awry. KPC going for it on the other side. Puck leaves the zone. Comes free at center ice. Burke carries it in. Under pressure, he loses it to Coyle. Coyle now heads up ice. Finds the lead pass, but his line mates are changing. Much to his chagrin. Coco picks it up. He'll reset. Fires a pass all the way across. Goes under the other Coyle stick. That's going to be icing. 4:16 on the clock. It's a 1-1 game. The Angels on the dot for Middle Country. It's one back by Coco. Jacobs picks it up. He's under pressure, so he moves it up the boards to Smith. He collects it. Looks for the high guy. He finds Coco, who cuts inside, who finds the open man shot off the iron. Puck loose in the corner. Garner moves it up, but it's intercepted. Carried in. Shot from the point. Turned aside. In the corner. Coco comes away with it. Nets off a little bit, but no call. Coyle on the puck along the wall. Middle Country rings it around. Kept in by Jacobs. Off his skate. Gets into the slot. Shot from the slot. Save on the toe. And now Middle Country heads up ice. Puck is loose. Collected by Coco. He carries it behind his own net. Moves up the boards. It's kept in by Middle Country, but a turnover. Kings Park heading the other way. 2-on-1. Pass across. Broke it up. Goes off the back of the net. Net was wide open on the short side due to a sliding bridge for Junior. Right play. Puck just took the wrong bounce. Shot. Blocked. Delio goes down to the ice. Kings Park will head right back into the other zone on the icing. 2:57 on the clock. Delio in the dot. Face off, won by Kings Park. Pass comes across, point shot goes wide. Picked up along the half wall. Can't settle it. Nearly turned over. Delio gets it back in the corner. Cuts across, tried to find Neal in the slot. Can't do it. But he got the puck back, fired a shot, rebound is loose. Neal pitches, shot, scores! And just like that, it's 2-1 Kings Park. Just the persistence, the patience on that shot from the point. And then Meal comes in, fires that short side, top corner. Just beautiful. 2 goals on the night, 2 unanswered. Kings Park takes the lead in the last freshman game of the season. Face off at center. Kings Park controls the puck. Carried into the zone. Then that pass was broken up. Middle Country forces a turnover. And now a pass down the ice gets past Scott. Middle Country comes in 2-on-1. Shot. Stick save and a beauty. Ends up in the corner. Monkwitz pinches. Gets the puck. He's going to carry that around the net. Looks for the open man. Finds the Hall at the point. Hall fires another pass back to Monkwitz. Finds the man in the slot. It's broken up. Turnover. Brown gets the puck. Looking towards Arguila. He can't settle it. So Hall races back on the back check, but he turns it over. Shot goes wide of the net. Rebound comes to Arguila. His shot hits the back of the net. It's covered by Kenneth Bridgeford Jr. Face off, won by Middle Country. Puck is loose in the corner. Ends up coming up the boards. KPC retains possession. Shot from the point, gets through traffic, just deflects wide of the net. And now the Cougars head up ice. Errant pass goes to Coyle, who chips it back in. Knights on the forecheck. And they intercept the pass. Check up. Puck comes to Argyle. His shot. Save! What a weird deflection there, for lack of a better term. Not sure how that happens. Watch this zone entry here. Puck goes bouncing. Ends up with Argyle. It wasn't a pass. It was just an errant puck, and then gathers it. Went off the shaft of the stick. That doesn't sound right no matter how you say it, but nonetheless, face off the Middle Country zone. They gain possession off the face off. The Angels has it, moves it up the boards. Puck comes to Coyle. He moves it across D to D. Puck comes up to Coco. His pass is intercepted. Middle Country enters, 2-on-3. Shot goes wide of the net, and it's covered. Less than a minute in play this period. After the puck is covered by Tyler Burke. Face off, won by Kings Park. Coyle makes the lead pass. Smith has the breakaway. Racing in, pursued by Mikletesh. Shot goes wide of the net. Coyle collects on the wall. Tried to fire it in deep, couldn't get a handle on it. Puck leaves the zone now. Middle Country has it. Errant pass, ends up in the slot, picked up, and then lost by Middle Country. Lead pass comes to Coyle. He gathers it, enters on sides, fires a shot off the iron. Picked up along the wall. This shot gloved by Bridgeford Jr. Coco in the dot. Just under 6 seconds remaining in play as the faceoff is won by the Knights. Pass to the point, shot gets off, but too little, too late, the horn sounds. And at the first intermission, Kings Park Commack up 2-1 after going down 1-0 early.
one of them is a cousin. 77 is a cousin.
2 Coils on this roster for KPC. Not brothers, but cousins. Though one of the Coils does have a brother on the junior varsity team. They got eliminated by St. Anthony's in the quarterfinals. KPC entered as a 3 seed. Their season is over. Now, on to the second period. The freshman game. Delio in the dot. Centering Meal, who had the first 2 goals of the game for KPC. Middle Country gets their forward line out. Face off. 1 forward by Middle Country. Possessed by Kings Park, though. Puck comes free. McMillan nearly forces a turnover. Puck stays in the zone. DeAngels has it. Fires a shot that's gloved by Burke. Face off. Won by KPC, ringed around the boards. They get the puck out of the zone. Puck comes to Delio. He's got numbers if he hurries. Finds the man in front. That's poked just wide of the net. Turnover along the half wall. And then the puck is loose. Both teams battling for it, but it comes out of the zone. Jacobs comes away with it. Tries to move it back up the boards, and he does. Kings Park dumps it in. Hall will chase. Meal arrives on the wall. Try and force that turnover. He can't. Neither can Delio. Now Meal gets the puck. But his pass goes awry. Picked up in the corner. And then it goes to Hall off the turnover. Middle Country gets the clear. That's going all the way down. Icing waved off on that one. Puck slowed up too much as Stiskin makes a move to evade pressure. Turnover, though. Middle Country has the puck. But now KPC is recovered. Carried into the zone by Delio. He cuts across the top of the slot, fires a shot, save! Came loose for a second there, but it was immediately covered by Bridgeford Jr. Face off. In the defensive zone, Brown in the dot for KPC. He can't win it. Kircher came away with it. Middle Country tried resetting behind their net. It's a turnover. But the pass into the slot is intercepted and sent out of the zone. Ebel can't settle it. Now he's under pressure from Hayes. Moves it across. D to D. At least I believe it was intended D to D. Puck comes back to Ebel, though. He whiffs on the pass. Gets it back. Turns it over. Shot by Hayes. Gloved, but not grasped. Now Ebel picks it up, carries it. The first couple passes didn't work. Tried carrying it himself. Got across the red line before losing the puck. Now Middle Country sends it all the way down. No icing. Waved off. Puck thrown around the boards towards Delaney, but it ends up with Brown. He tries to get it up the wall. It's turned over. Kircher can't settle it, though. Delaney has it now. Gets it across the blue line. Cuts the wall. Pass towards the slot is broken up by Monkwitz. He picks it up. Cuts to the middle. Controls the puck. Enters the zone. Cuts to the outside. Fires a shot. That goes just wide of the net. Then a pass towards the center intended for Monkwitz. It's broken up by Brown. Monkwitz forces a turnover. Re-enters the zone. Carries it to the outside. Has it poked off his stick by Ebel, who pokes it up the boards. Brown, he has it. Enters off sides. Whistle. Ebel off sides there. Consoled by number 1 in the penalty box. That's Jackson Murray, the other KPC goaltender. Face off. outside the middle country zone. Coco in the dot for the Knights. Burke wins it back. D pass. Miklatesh moves up the boards. No icing there as it bypassed both Coyle and the middle country player Sticks. Just nobody corralled it. Turnover in the corner. Miklatesh gets it. Coyle gets it back. Turnover again. Middle country shot towards the net. Stopped by Burke. Bouncing puck moved up the wall. Middle country trying to make something happen here. Shot on net, turned aside. Then another shot. Puck ends up at the corner with Burke. Puck finds its way across, goes bouncing. Coyle can't corral it. Burke can, fires through the screen. That's turned aside by the pad. Coco goes down low, picks up the puck. Resets, finds the man across the ice. Saucer pass goes to Smith, who looks up ice as well. Finds a man who's off sides in Coyle, and we get a whistle at 10:48. Face-off comes to center ice. Where it's won by Kings Park. But the puck changes hands and comes to middle country. Turnover off the skate. Delio gets tripped up by a falling middle country player. Not sure if Hall intended to do that. Either way, Kings Park, odd man rush to stop. No call against. Neal now gets it in. He has a collision with Graziano. Puck still in the zone. Delio intercepts. Cuts to the center, fires shot across his body. It's deflected, goes high. Picked back up by Kings Park. Pass goes awry. Jacobs trying to keep it in, under pressure. Comes down low. Graziano against Delia. The Angels comes in. Delia eventually comes away with it after help. Puck comes into the corner. Meal on it. Throws it in front. Puck goes through Delio's skates. The Angels has it. Delio knocks them off of it. They try to get it in deep. But Hoenigan couldn't corral the puck. Moved up the boards now. This time, goes past Hall's skates. Neal goes to collect on his backhand. Backhand pass goes across. And it's collected by the Cougars. They chip it up the ice. Oh man, rush attempt was broken up. And now, Delia takes the puck up ice. Makes his toe drag move, shot! Goes wide, what a great move. Just couldn't seal the deal with the shot. Puck comes out of the zone, chipped up the boards. Neal fires it in deep, he goes for the change. Brown will chase. And then it's nearly cleared by Carahar, my apologies. Brown has it. Cuts towards the net. Went to his backhand and lost it. Puck comes to the point for Stiskin. But Stiskin's shot doesn't make it to the net. He heads back. Pass intended for the Angels goes awry. Stiskin on the defensive play, forces the turnover. Goes into the boards, but the puck is going the other way. Brown on it. Carries it in. He has Durrady with him. He loses the puck. Kings Park gets it back in the slot. Shot, scores! And it's not Meal, but Kings Park's. I believe that is number 97. That's Argila with the shot. Beautiful shot in the slot. Kings Park takes a 3-1 lead with 8:03 on the clock. Face off at center. And it's won by Middle Country, but it's thrown up the boards. It goes right to Ebel, who chips it forward. That's icing. And now, both teams will head all the way down. Last goal scored by number 97, Drew Argilla for Kings Park. Face off, one forward by Brown. He moves it up ice, but Monkwitz intercepts, sends it back down the way it came. Scout, under pressure, moves up the boards. Argilla couldn't corral it. Ebel gets it back, chips it forward, but it's kept in by Miklatesh. Puck ends up along the wall, fired towards the net, and covered by Burke at the 7:29 mark. Pierce Burke will get the last start of the season in its entirety for Kings Park. I was wondering if they were going to split the attendees, as you often see at this level. But quarterfinals underway Wednesday. Shot scores! And that shot right off the face-off. Just watch this. They win the draw cleanly, or not cleanly. It actually just comes back and just almost floats a little bit over Burke's head as the faceoff comes back. It's 3-2. As Coco carries it in, makes his move. Pass intended for Coyle is broken up. Middle country. Heads up ice, loses it. Puck changes hands a couple times before it's fired back down. Bounces into the slot. Coco gets it in. Can't settle it, but neither can Coyle or Smith. Then it's moved up the ice by Middle Country. They have numbers if they hurry. Shot off the iron! Kings Park gets the clear now. Puck along the wall. Coco gets tied up with Graziano. And then Miklatesh tries to get it out, but can't. McMillan does the same. Puck comes to Coyle. He fires a shot that's turned aside fairly easily by Bridgeford Jr., and then he covers it. 6:31 on the clock. Kings Park Commack's lead cut to 1. Off a shot from the top of the circle. Face off. Down low. One back by Kings Park. Kept in the zone. Hoenigan gets it into the corner. Delia collects. Toe drag. Shot comes loose. Rebound, glove save, and then the shot goes over the net from Hoenigan. Comes out to Delia. He fires a pass that was deflected. Stiskin keeps it in. Puck comes to the point. Kept in. Meal's shot is blocked. Went for the rebound. Couldn't corral it. My New Year's resolution was to stop saying corral. I have not succeeded thus far. Hoenigan forced the turnover. Headed up ice, but lost the puck. Now it's a one-on-one the other way. Middle Country gets the shot, and it's gloved by Burke. Face-off in the Kings Park zone. They win the face-off. Burke pursues for Middle Country and forces the turnover. Has the puck, chips it down into the corner, but there's no one there for Middle Country, so Brown's going to move that up the boards. Argelia takes a big hit. Puck comes back to Kings Park. Middle Country gets it. Monkwitz carries it in. Poked off his stick, though. Brown heads the other way on the breakaway. Comes and shot over the net. And a great chance for Kings Park to retake a 2-goal lead. Goes past them. Puck finally leaves the zone on the Kings Park clear. Just a great chance for Brown, but unable to capitalize. Then an offsides there at 4:45 in the period. You know, you get to higher and higher levels of hockey, and it definitely becomes a game of finishing at full speed. It's not something that's easy to do. And in Brown's case, it was a decent shot, just couldn't capitalize there on a much-needed goal for their momentum as the face-off is won by Middle Country. They move the puck up the boards, but it's intercepted by Coyle. Chips it back down to Smith. Gets tied up along the wall against Hutchinson. Middle Country trying to move it up the boards. Hutchinson gets it, has it poked off his stick. Hutchinson, a real solid skater, just hasn't been able to make much happen tonight. Pinned along the wall. Puck comes behind the net. Middle Country comes in, fires shot, save! Rebounds loose, puck is still free, in the slot. Comes to Hall, Hall fires a shot, that's deflected wide. Picked up, behind the net. Middle Country can't settle it. Kings Park gets the clear. Puck goes past Hall. KPC has an odd man rush if they hurry. Coyle, he tried to carry it in, but I don't know that puck crossed the... At first glance, didn't seem like it crossed the blue line fully, but that's offsides. No question about that one. Delio in the dot for KPC. Wins it forward. Neal loses it. Miklatesh forces him to move the puck forward. Comes to Honigan. He tried to pass to the slot. It's intercepted, comes up the boards. It's kept in by Coyle. Pass goes across the slot. Cougars get it. Ship it up the boards. Westfield moves it up the wall. Neal settles it. Finds the man ahead. Delia loses his footing. Coyle steps in to keep it in. Fires a shot on net. And a basket catch by Bridgeford Jr. And a defensive zone face-off for the Cougars. Delio creating a lot of chances tonight for Kings Park. This whole first line is as he wins the face-off forward. The Angels moves it up the boards. Coyle collects it. Gets it back down low for Meal. His backhand pass goes across the slot. It's kept in at the point. And then a pass across the slot. It's broken up. Middle Country gets the clear. They have a one-on-one shot. Scores! And just like that, we have a tie game. A turnover, a lead pass. I believe that's Kircher. He's just going to skate into it. Carries it in. Knows the defender's ahead of him. That's just perfect placement. Shot across the body. Into the top. I believe that would have been his left corner on the stick side. That's a pretty tough shot for any goalie to stop. That goes in. Well, if you can place it that perfectly, it pretty much goes in every time as Brown carries it forward. Trying to answer right back. His shot goes wide. Munkwitz picks it up. Moves it up the boards. Jacobs pinches to keep it in, and does. Carries it in, cuts towards the center. Loses his handle, gets it back. Puck loose in the slot. Kings Park can't keep it there. Brown is forced to recover it, or try to recover it along the wall. Middle Country in a battle along the boards. They can't get it out, though. Brown gets it down low. Pass to the slot is broken up by Munkwitz. He heads up ice 2-on-2. Looks towards the slot, fires a shot. That goes off the pad. Munkwitz resets along the half wall. Cuts towards the net. On his backhand. Behind the goal line, and now on the opposite half wall. Poked off his stick. It's going to leave the zone. Graziano settles it. Makes the lead pass. That's intercepted. And now Argelia heads the other way, but it's taken off a stick by Graziano. In the corner now. Puck is pinned. And the Knights come away with it. Now it ends up back behind the goal line. Knights with it. Then a turnover by Middle Country. Argelia secures the puck. Makes an escape turn. He's still under pressure. Still looking for the open man. Finds the guy in the slot, but it's on the backhand. Brown gets a shot off. Not much on it. It's covered by Bridgeford Jr. Coyle Smith. Line back out for the Knights. Cougars win the faceoff, but can't get it out of their own zone. Turnover. Hall gets the puck. Makes the lead pass. Middle Country heads the other way. DeAngels picks it up. He's under pressure. Evades one man, but loses the puck. KPC has the puck tied up with the official's foot. The official's part of the field of play, no matter how much we sometimes wish they weren't. And then Burke loses the puck under pressure. Coyle has it. Makes the lead pass to Smith. He's got an odd man rush chance. Makes the pass across, but Coco had gotten tripped up, so there's no one there to collect. Smith gets it back behind the net, trying to evade pressure. Then he dumps it back in, but loses it. DeAngels on it with Hall. The horn sounds. The second period comes to an end, tied at 3. Last period of freshman hockey coming up, barring overtime before the playoffs. "20 seconds until the start of the third period. It's a tie game. Both teams trying to come away with one last W. Middle Country sitting at 7th in the freshman division. Kings Park, Commack sitting in 6th. Smith, Coco, Coyle take the ice up front. Coyle on the back end as well. As the faceoff is won to Coco, who carries it in to Cougars territory. Along the wall, Monkwitz forces the turnover. Coyle and Nesfield manning the point. Burke carries it forward, cuts in, loses the puck. Behind the goal line, centering pass towards the slot. Nobody could collect it for Middle Country. A grade A chance. Either Hutchinson, or I believe that was Arbacos, could have corralled that on the Monkwitz pass. Puck leaves the zone. Miklatesh stiff arms Coco along the wall and then collects the puck. Lead pass, broken up. Nesfield dumps it in, goes off a Middle Country player. Couldn't quite see the number on that one, so icing is waved off. Monkwitz heads up ice before turning, reevaluating his options. Tried to find Carahar on the pass. Couldn't. Coyle moved it to Nesfield, who moves it across to Delio, who enters 3-on-2. Cuts to the outside. Shot was blocked or at least deflected by Miklitesh. Then the puck comes out. Burke takes a big hit from Nesfield in open ice. Kings Park recovers the puck. Coyle has it. Finds the other Coyle, who can't settle it. Puck along the wall, bouncing. Then Delio gets it. Finds Coco on the backhand. That's taken off his stick by Hall. Comes to the point. Kept in by Coyle. And a pass from Coco to Delio. Taken off his stick. Comes to the other Coyle at the point. Shot just wide of the net. Might have hit the pad there a little bit, but Delio has it now below the goal line. Jukes out, the defender fires a shot, scores! And just like that, Kings Park retakes the lead. Delio, who evades the defender below the goal line, comes in, just fires a beautiful short side wrister. And now it's 4-3 Kings Park. They've retaken the lead. Face off. One forward by Delio. He enters. Officials say it's onside. Hoenigan carries it behind the net. Under pressure from Monkwitz. Has it poked off his stick. But he recovers it. Monkwitz this time gets it. And turns it over to Delio. Under pressure. Delio walks and fires a shot. Save. Rebound loose. Scores! And a hat trick for Michael Meal. Delio gets this puck, and it starts with pressure provided in part by Meal along the wall against Monkwitz. Delio fires a shot right into the breadbasket. Puck comes loose. Emilio collects the loose change. And just like that, it's 5-3. Kings Park jumps out to a 2-goal lead. 2:33 into the period. Kings Park enters zone again. Puck with Delio. And he loses it. Monkwitz on it, but Delio forces the turnover. Drops it to Meal. On his backhand, makes a pass. Delio tried to get the tip, couldn't settle. Meal gets a shot. That goes off the back of the net. He collects it, backhands it. Karahar and a race with Jacobs. Knocks it off Jacobs' stick, but Jacobs regains possession. In the corner. Karahar got it up to the point. Delio was there, though. Finds Meal. Meal's shot was blocked by Monkwitz. Monkwitz makes his move to evade the defender. Heads up ice. Carries it into the zone. Wraps around the net. Loses the puck after colliding with Jacobs. Then the puck finds Delio. Chips it past Carhar. Shot goes off the back of the net from Delia. Good defense there by Carhar. Then a pass across the slot. Meal can't settle it though. Shot and a glove save from Kenny Bridgeford Jr. Kenneth Bridgeford Jr. Not actually sure if he goes by Kenny, so apologies for that one. Clock reads 11:17. 2 goals in under 4 minutes for Kings Park as they win the faceoff. Puck comes up. Delaney has time. Shot is stopped. Rebound comes free. And then finds its way to the point where it's kept in by Scott. Scott fires it on net. It's covered by Bridgeford Jr. Shot coming from Jack Scott, no known relation to John Scott. Brown in the dot. He gains possession, finds Delaney. Delaney's shot is blocked. He gets it back and just puts it into the corner. Had Ebel at the point, didn't quite find him. As puck comes back to Delaney, he makes the pass, backhanded across the slot. Kings Park regains possession. And now McMillan heads up ice. Couldn't find Kircher. Then he loses it. Middle Country's odd man rush. Undone. Stick sent flying. In transition, no call. Unclear what caused it. As Kings Park's Ebel leads the rush. Comes in, fires a shot. That's right in the breadbasket of Bridgeford Jr. I believe that's Miklitesh. Miklitesh, whose stick is at or in the neutral zone. Face off in the Middle Country zone. Face off. One back by the Cougars. Monkwitz rings it around the boards. Coyle intercepts that one. But the Angels gets it back. And then Nesfield keeps it in, but the puck comes back out with Hutchinson. Loses it to a Coco poke check, but it's sent right up the boards to the Angels. Battle along the boards. Puck comes free. Coyle collects off the stick of Burke. Pass comes up to the point. Monkwitz gets it. Skates it in. Fires a shot. Save. Coyle gets it. Puck goes past the other Coyle. Comes to the slot. Hutchinson all alone. Shot goes over the net and into the netting. We get a whistle at 9:33. Michael and Jake Coyle. Jake, the forward, being number 13. The defenseman, Michael, number 77. Face-off won by Kings Park. Hayes had it for a second. Then the Angels tried to move it back into the Kings Park zone. But Michael Coyle moves away with it, makes a DV pass to Nesfield. Puts a pass right into skates, gets it back, dumps it in from the right side of the red line. Nick Latesh on it now. Tried to move it up the boards. Nesfield intercepts. Fires a shot towards the net. I think she was shooting for a rebound. He was shooting for a rebound. No one was there. Puck comes to Smith. Moves it up the boards. Nesfield tries to keep it in. Under pressure, Jack Nesfield comes away with the puck. Pass into the slot. Nope, not able to capitalize there, but Coyle gets a slap shot, gets another one. Then a shot deflected off of, I believe that was Jack Coyle, or Jake Coyle's stick, by his defensive partner, Jack Nesfield. Face off. In the defensive zone for the Cougars. Clock is running down. Time is running out. Clock is winding down. Time is running out. On not just this period, but the season. Puck comes up the boards. It's kept in by Delia. Makes a couple moves. Probably made about 4 or 5 escape turns there before making the pass to Jacobs, who shot through traffic. Doesn't make it to the net. Monkwitz moves up the boards. Middle Country can't get the clear. Siskin kept it in, but then turned it over to Monkwitz. Cuts the outside. Fires a shot that's gloved, but not grasped by Burke. Delia heads up ice, has it poked off his stick. Puck comes to Meal, who carries it in. Drops it back. Collected by Delio. Fires a shot. Rebound comes free. Behind the net. Monkwitz backhands it into the corner. Hoenigan on it. Gets it down low, but it goes past Meal's stick. Comes up towards the half wall, where Delio tries to collect, but can't. Kept in by Stiskin. Puck comes to Meal. And moved up the boards. Good work along the blue line there by Stiskin, who intercepts a pass there before carrying it in. Settles it. Trying to find the open man. Can't, so he dumps it in. Monkwitz heads up ice. Hoenigan gets it. Puck goes deep. Kings Park tries to recover. They do. Crowd wanted a hooking call against Stiskin. They would have had an argument for one, but no call. Officials letting most of those types of plays go this game for both teams. It would have been the one that I called weak if it was called, and probably weak if it wasn't, so you know. A weak no call, that is, as Monkwitz collects it in the corner. Rings it around the boards. Jacobs can't keep it in. Middle Country heads the other way. Turnover forced. by Delio, who enters. Makes his move, one move. Gets it on his backhand, fires a shot. In! What a play. Just forces the turnover there. Bouncing puck the whole time. Evades the defender. Then gets to fake out Monkwitz, who recovers, but the backhand pass trickles on through the 5-hole. Just a great play from start to finish by Francesco Delio. Face off at center. Brown in the dot for Kings Park. He wins it forward, loses the puck. And then Scott chips it in from beyond the red line, but not enough on that for icing. Miklatesh gathers it. Nearly turns it over, but now the Cougars have 4-on-2 shot from the slot. Stopped by Burke. It's 6-3 now in favor of Kings Park after the Delio goal. He's got at least 2. Neal has 3 as the puck comes free. Brown has it. Under pressure from Miklatesh. Gets taken out. Kings Park player stops, throw an arm up. Can't argue with that call, to be quite frank. Middle Country crowd furious as Scott gets it, chips it in. It was definitely something that should have been called. Middle Country bench feels, or Middle Country crowd feels like they've been gypped a couple times. And again, there are certain calls that, you know, you see stick taps. We'll call them stick taps. It's a fancy word for a slash that isn't called. Going up and down the ice all the time. It's just something that happens at this level. There's too many to call them all. They've gone uncalled for so long. As the puck is taken up ice by Hutchinson. Miklatesh in the box currently as Hutchinson loses it. Way to kill some time for Middle Country there. As the puck comes to Nesfield. Puts it into his own corner. Coyle under pressure takes a hit from behind. They're going to check up there. Hutchinson. Nesfield finishes that hit, and then some hands up. In the corner. 4:50 on the clock. Got a bit distracted by the sideshow in the corner. So it's going to be a 5-on-3. Maybe not. We'll see. Nesfield's retaliation might have undone that. We'll see what the call on the ice is in a moment. There's 3 guys on the ice. For Kings Park, or 3 guys for Middle Country. Kings Park has 5. It seems like there's 3 guys in the box for Middle Country, so it looks like Nesfield's penalty will be offsetting on the retaliation. So it should be a 5-on-3 because there's 3 guys in the box for Middle Country. Kings Park bench is frustrated by the lack of answers. As far as I can tell, the Kings Park bench would be correct in this scenario. It is a 5-on-3. It hasn't been put on the board yet. Now the Middle Country bench wants some answers as their guy gets out of the box. No answer here. Riley seems like he wants to go back to the bench. Unclear as to what the call is. Officials aren't going to pause to discuss this, so Riley's just going to stand by the bench. I don't understand what this is supposed to be currently. Now the Kings Park bench is confused. It's 5-on-4? Well, I will say this. That's the call on the ice. Not sure why. Not sure how. And to be quite frankly, the offsetting penalties does not seem like that's what it should have been, as Kings Park heads up ice with speed on the power play. Coco hooked the whole way by Hall, and then Hall crashes into the net. Whistle. And a face-off. Net went way off there. Still 5-on-4 for the next minute, 22 seconds. Offsetting penalties, so I believe it's going to just be that Nesfield has to stay in the box, along with the corresponding player from Middle Country. I believe that's Hutchinson, as Middle Country gets the puck out. Comes to Jacobs for Kings Park. He'll lead the odd man rush. Karahar racing back. Helps to force the turnover. He'll head the other way. Stiskin racing back to break the play up. Gets a stick on it, but not enough. Shot, scores! And a shorthanded goal. Off the Karahar turnover. Makes it 6-4. 55 seconds remaining on the power play. Gets that beautiful shot off. Puck got stuck in the top of the net. Nesfield got out of the box, had to go back. Kings Park bench looking irritated by this turn of events, to say the least. Face off. One by Kings Park, it's one forward. Middle Country goes the other way with speed. Karahar, his shot's turned aside. Kings Park gets the clear. The penalty clock reads about 30 seconds here. Got a bit mixed up with all the calls and no calls on the ice on that last sequence. My apologies. Puck along the wall. Turnover. Hoenigan enters. Delio is checked up. Hoenigan gets a shot. That's turned aside. And then covered. Penalty clock reads 8 seconds. Main clock reads 3:24. And in just a few moments, face off. One by Kings Park. Shot towards the net is blocked. The penalty will expire. Heading the other way now. Kings Park Brown gets it in the slot. Covered. Puck is loose. Scores! Thought he had that covered for a second. He did not. So now it's 7-4. Puck comes to Brown. Collects it on his backhand. It gets actually poke checked off his stick, and that's why he's able to get the rebound. If not for that poke check, it's still 6-4. Face off. One by Middle Country, moved up the ice. Argelia gets it. Carries it in. And then a whistle. Coming way late. Nesfield gets out of the box, does a little celebration, heads out onto the ice. So offsides came about. Play continued for about 2 seconds as the face-off is won by Middle Country. Nick Latesh in his own zone. All the commotion you might have missed that he got out of the box when play returned to 5-on-5. Nesfield knocks Hall off the puck. And then Brown heads up ice. Can't corral the puck. Then a stoppage as Duraney's hit sends Riley into the boards. Door opens on the Kings Park side. Works for Duraney. He has a change anyway. Or I guess he's not changing. They had one guy changing. Nesfield still celebrating his newfound freedom with defensive partner Michael Coyle. Brown can't win that face-off against Kitcher. Hayes will carry it in. Collides with Coyle. But Coyle gets the worst of that one. Then Argelia knocks Kitcher off the puck. Miklatesh keeps it in. And another big collision. And then a fight on the ice. Oh, my. My, oh, my, Miklatesh. Just a friendly reminder, as this fight continues, both players, I believe that's Duraney and Miklatesh, they're both going out. There's not a question. Both players going out. Some shouts from the crowds. Not sure why they think that's going to change anyone. Both players will be leaving the game. Fighting's an automatic ejection. Could lead to suspensions. I don't know why they're sending Deroni to the box. He should be leaving the ice. They're going to have to say that. I think they're sending him now. I don't know why he went to the box. Both players are going to be ejected. Miklitesh is out. And, you know, fighting is something that can lead to suspensions. As Miklitesh leaves the ice. I believe a parent tried to tell Miklitesh to go back on the ice. That's the right scenario. You know, there's at the end of the day, this. Stop it. Apologies for that one. A lot of shouting from the crowd. I'm just a friendly reminder as security comes out. Security is out. We'll see if this leads to a stoppage. A lot of yelling from one side. Delaney has already left. I'm not sure what they're yelling at. I believe he's already left the ice. I don't know what is happening. Security is on this side. We'll see if the stoppage continues. Just a friendly reminder, if you're the parent of a young Suffolk County High School hockey player, these suspensions can carry in to your next season of hockey, or your child's next season of hockey more accurately. Back when I was playing, I'm old, I was playing like 2017, 2018. We didn't even have LISM back then. Had a teammate, got a 2-game suspension at the end of the year at States. Missed the first 2 games of his junior year. Didn't impact me. I was out the door, but it's a very poor decision to make. There's no reason to fight. There was a bit of a late hit. 3 or 4 probably happened on that play leading up to it. But let him. It seems like there's a penalty going against Kings Park, but I'm not sure why this penalty is going against Brown. Brown, maybe there was I think Brown's hit must have been called before the Miklitesh retaliation that led to a fight, because that's what it was in open ice. Middle Country bench talking to the officials. I'm not sure what their argument is. This should be offsetting. I don't know that it is offsetting. It probably should be, to be quite frank. It quite literally takes 2 to tango in this case. A long stoppage here. Officials still talking to the Middle Country bench. Not sure what the confusion here is. If you throw hands, you leave the game. It's as simple as that. And Middle Country has a player leaving the game. They're going, I believe, on the power play. To be quite frank, I'm not entirely sure what the call is here. They have a 2-minute penalty on the board. There's a Middle Country player in the box. And it doesn't appear that they're sending 5 guys. It's a very confusing scenario. Officials keep blowing their whistles. Maybe they're sending 5 and they just can't select the 5. It appears. Well, now they have 5. They almost had 6 for a second. So it seems that they will be going on the power play. It'll be a Cougars power play. Appears the Brown hit as the faceoff is won by Middle Country. Comes to Jacobs, backhands it up the boards. Coco gets it, chips it up but not out of the zone, and then nearly cleared by Stiskin. But it's still in play. Argilia on it. Can't get it to go. Kept in. Shot fired, blockered into the netting by Burke. Face off, won by Middle Country. Shot on net, turned aside. Jacobs picks it up in the corner. Backhands it around. Middle Country gets the puck along the half wall. Kings Park trying to force the turnover. They can't. Burke carries it behind the net. Circles, looks for the pass. He's got Hall. He finds him. Then Hall gets a shot. That's turned aside. Rebound in. And it's a power play goal for Middle Country. Might be too little, it might be too late, but it's now 7-5 off the Hall shot. He gets a great shot, goes off the pad. Rebound is just collected there by McMillan, who makes it 7, or gives his team their 5th goal. They're now down 7-5. Face off at 121. A stoppage here. Gaberman, the official, coming over to talk to the man in the box. Or maybe he's just talking to the other official. I'm not sure what this is about. Gaberman, a very young official, got jeered at a couple times for that reason. And I hate to be the one to inform some people of this. My sister was certified as a level 2 ref when she was under 18. She was 16. That's younger than Gaberman, who, according to LIS and insider John LaVecchia, is 17. It's not that uncommon. Face off, won by Middle Country. Turnover forced by Coco, but Hall gets it right back. Comes in, but it's poked off his stick. Puck enters the Middle Country zone. McMillan has it. Coyle nearly forced a turnover, but couldn't force the puck off McMillan's stick. Now the puck heads the other way. Goes off the Middle Country stick. It's heading all the way down. Less than a minute remaining in play. Coyle has it. Poked off the stick. And now McMillan heads the other way. Coco has it. Heads up ice with speed. Along the wall. Gets tied up. Comes free with the puck. Circles. Fires it in front in the slot. Coyle. Shot. Save! Puck still in the zone. Coyle tried winding up again. Couldn't get the shot off. Puck kept in. And now it leaves the zone on the stick of Burke. Burke has it poked free. Gets it back. Makes a couple toe drags before it's poked free by Coco. And then Jake Coyle can't get out of the zone. Pass towards the front of the net. Puck ends up in the corner. Ebel comes away with it. Fires it around. Burke gets the puck. And then play comes to an end. It'll be a 7-5 victory for Kings Park Commack. End of regulation here. Last game of the freshman season. Quarterfinals coming up on Wednesday. Only on the Long Island Sports Network. Give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. That's at LI Sports Network for all the latest game highlights, recaps, and analysis that you could possibly want. The Suffolk County High School Hockey League podcast hosted by Dylan and Vinny. Available on our YouTube network. That's Vinny Matula and Dylan Flynn, who are color and play-by-play guys for Long Island Sports Network. So give their show a listen. Final score from the rinks, Monday Night Hockey, 7-5 win for Kings Park. Freshman Gold. Jack Sisson, thank you so much for watching on the Long Island Sports Network. Good night.